there down below. Energy on the Psylocke, I expected that. Jerky v Energy, man, is going to be pure cinema.
And we begin right now, setting the pace here on domination as we see the rotation there. FlyQuest versus Navi. Who comes out on top?
I start predictions for you guys for 5 minutes. If you guys missed that whole 5-minute window,
it doesn't always count, quote unquote. But I'll tell you what, it
I
does
can't help
definitely
you guys.
get the momentum shifted in your favor as we start off. Right now, composition's on screen. It looks like FlyQuest is going to put Spark Chief over there on that Venom that Trust Me loves so much. And we will be seeing Vess on that Magneto. Vision, very, very strong on that Jeff. Some big plays off map. Energy on that Psylocke. Zelos on the Invis. And on Navi's side.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it here on Navi, I got to say, with this altogether, best of 3.
oh my god, stop this, stop this, stop this, stop this. I'm getting fucking dizzy, bro. What the hell are we watching, bro?
For Crook here, it's going to be a look that I want to go ahead and try to focus on early. Fate has been able to swap over to a lot. Cloak's been a comfort pick there as of late, but the Raccoon is so good here in the Dom early. Best, I will say, is my favorite Magneto. Can absolutely go crazy with those meteor aims, and what he can do in the neutral. Trust me though, showing off right away. Navi being aggressive. Hey, listen, as you know, Navi says, they're showing it right here.
And we begin now with a dive early on here from Spark Chief, forcing out that E early on. Good tackle there as a good escape once more from Energy. Trust me, playing a very strong Emma. Not always as frequent, but very, very consistently strong. A ton of damage out towards the backline of Vision, who was able to escape in that moment. And the pressure is being held here by Fly, but very low in HP, because that is what Emma does. Bully that front line. Very low again. The spin to win here from Jerky. Going to find one.
Holy
Trust me,
shit,
on the
bro.
Zelos. And they will retake this point early on, or hold this point, excuse me, and get that percentage
Dude,
started.
Trust Me just like held W and just killed everyone.
Hey, one team up available, one not. When you have the Echoes rolling for Raj, for Jerky, Energy, it's going to be tough to match. And so he highlights that early. It's going to go over to the Hela. Tough to match that, right? The Echoes can just speed you up so quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in that. Not only do you get double shields there from Rajaro on that Magneto, but you can have essentially almost an invisibility iframe there from Jerky when you're on that Psylocke, and it helps you win those 1v1s immensely. So there is going to be that switch up in Vision. Also going to be making the switch to that more traditional comp we've mentioned before with that Helen Namor. Energy already going to find one through the Psylocke. Jerky not able to make that happen as Vess finds that neutral pick without using an ultimate again. FlyQuest turning this right back in their favor. They just have to get this point early if they want to turn a better chance. 36%. Trust me, going to commit ult here. Energy going to find one. Crook comes right back from the res. The BRB from Fate. Trust me, still holding this space and owning for as long as possible. And that's exactly what they're looking to do as they now bring out the dance floor here from level 1 Crook to bide even more time and get the team back.
Yeah, they're really committing. Oh, wow! Legend is dead. I mean, what an
Energy's fucking good, bro.
Pop from Energy there. If he doesn't nail that, it's most certainly going to be the end of the Goddess of Death, but instead, the 1-2
Energy clean, chat. Energy clean.
I didn't love that commit early there from Trust Me with the seduction. I get what they were trying to do in the stall, and then they all went with it, right? Crook into obviously what Naga was trying to do as well, but man, FlyQuest not only got the point back, locked and loaded as well, buddy.
Yeah, I think the idea there was they were just going to wait on ults as long as humanly possible, hoping that the team would be able to get back to point and still have that dance floor, at least keeping the rest of the team up on point. But, I mean, again, just some really good focus on damage there, giving them the lead. Rajaro now going to walk forward and try to take this back quickly.
Why do you have your hands in your pants?
Still a decent hold on point 1. Out goes the CM from Fate that is deleted instantly. Cooper going to match up right back on Mantis. Here goes a big meteor. Does this land? Weak and throws. Tries to get an off angle. Rajaro not able to make that work as Vess, Cooper, and the rest walk backward together. Zelos now going to be playing behind the shield. Still, the team in the side of FlyQuest doing a great job on that retake, dropping back and resetting. Everyone healthy once more as Vision and Energy now get 2. FlyQuest looking lights out on the comp that they know and love and has not been banned out. Still going to keep the pressure as Energy gets a 2-piece. But level 1 Crook finds Vision. Energy again, why don't you make it 3? Are you kidding me?
Gets the passive pop on that on top on Raj there. Now, if you're looking at what they do, the adjustments made so quickly. You know Energy loves his Psylocke, but he's like, you know what? Let me go with the Hela, get that mid-range battle going. The sightlines are easy, especially when the walls are broken here. That's what you want to see here from FlyQuest.
Looking like an angry dad of watching his son play football.
Moments away
I'm just
from the
chilling, bro. I'm just a chill guy right now. What's wrong with this
Navi to
pose,
try to
man?
match that back as Naga is going to be on that Phoenix now to try to find a different solution. Again, FlyQuest did a very good job after losing points.
Is this
early
what you
on
want me to be
adjusting
like?
Composition. Now Navi
Is this better for you
trying to
guys?
find their answer to do it right back at them. Level 1 Crook holding on with the dance floor. Trust me here with that psionic seduction. But you see Energy got us a death. You do have that invisible boundary. You have the meteor M and the horde coming in. The big old whale to land on top. So there's a lot of answers right now. Let's see who comes out on top. Vess.
that's what he does best, right? I mean, he just continues to get that neutral pick early. Jerky, I wanted to see them try to either get Cooper's ult out or just try to get him out of the match entirely there with 70% in climbing. That's a huge one to get unable to climb up for that next bit of sustain. Just me gonna get energy, the biggest threat on the field. That's gonna certainly open up things, but Vision looks to make this a tougher take than they wanted best with the neutral as well. They're getting it done the old-fashioned way, Ship.
Are you kidding me? Still, I thought they overcommitted there. I didn't think that was worth it, but they're still holding on point, and out goes an answer from level 1 Crook, forcing that out. Naga gonna be ready here soon with the Unsung Inferno to come in heavy. Nobody falling just yet. They're coming back with the portal immediately, and they're still holding point. Vest gonna find Rajaro once more. Come on now, Vision onto Jerky, and they take map 1.
The V's getting it done, bro.
Navi started this map out fucking absolutely insane with,
that's all they needed there.
trust me, running it down mid with Emma, but they kind of just got reverse rolled.
Keep things sustained and keep
What standing desk do you have? I have no idea. I just know it's from Costco.
All cylinders, man, they are scary.
Yeah, I mean, Navi has looked so good throughout this whole tournament, but I'm telling you, this seems to be a comp that FlyQuest just can't get a hold of. If they get a hold of this composition,
16 and 2, 13 and 1.
Like Energy, who's got 7 finals, or even Vest
14 and 1 from Vision.
I don't even doubt that they're going to put some damage boost there, because why not? Vest is so consistent in these neutrals. 13
yeah, Chocolate, when you come over, what we might do is we might go to dinner, do some board games here, probably go to Topgolf. We'll figure some stuff out.
Before it was cool. I mean, this guy has been playing Namor for so long on
Shroud X.
Yeah, back in the day was the best. We really see the best Namor, and now he's able to play it into a meta so favorable. And when you have energy for the team up, man, on Hela, they do go for a different look here, though. And so they're gonna. I think what they're predicting here is Navi's gonna adjust. So let's go and adjust to it as well. And guess what? They guessed perfectly. They switched back over. Naga went over to the Atom, so we did have a Jeff look for a second. They might switch back after they see that again.
Oh shit! I should probably
Energy.
tell.
They love using that speed boost out the door too, which is another one of those niche, like, smart things to do. So always smart to pop that Jeff up for a moment, but they're very, very strong on that Jeff either way. So it's always an option for them, exactly like you're saying.
Figure out what
we
time
see now
people should
Cooper
get here.
does have 1 ult available here with the Resurgence ready to launch, but Rajaro's Meteor M could be the answer to that if it finds value. Coming in heavy, Smart Chief doing a great job here on the Venom, just drawing attention. Use those cooldowns. E-Pop maybe a little bit too early. Rajaro coming in heavy on Energy, who with a great escape there with a very fast bird. Jerky gonna take out Vision, try to get point early on as Navi is up a number now. Make that 2 onto Zelos. Do I see 3 here from Jerky? Oh, no, I don't. As Energy turns that right back. Rajaro gonna find Cooper, and Naga gonna bring back Fate and more.
An absolute Grim Reaper himself on the top end there. And it was good to get Vision out early. You know, they're going to go with the into the
Oh,
splash,
we only hit 1 pause today. Only 1 pause.
That is
hey, we're on a good track right now. We're on a good track.
FlyQuest. This is just a matchup 2 on fire. Even the servers can't take it. Gotta take a little second of a break here. But yeah, breaking down what we saw, at least Navi looked to get right back on track. For me, man, it's just how dangerous FlyQuest is in the pure mechanics in the neutral.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing, though, so far from Navi. Them switching over to that Warlock comp has already shown success. It adds a little more hit skin to the back there from Naga and the Res, right? They saw value on some of those ults.
I got Korova to use the pumpkin skin for Jeff today if he plays Jeff.
That's what they do best. Navi does a great job of stalling the point, and that's where on first map, when I saw them lose it like 45%, I was like,
gotta get in.
It's not looking so right with their comp, and they must need to change stuff up, but they found the answer, at least so far.
Yeah, the answer for that was Energy throwing a couple thorns and getting rid of Naga there pretty quickly. You know, for me, you got to highlight something huge. There was one roster change, and it was Melio going from Navi over to Citadel, right?
Yeah.
Guess who was the add-in player for that? Melio. Yeah. So now you have this kind of new adjustment for Navi to try to get things rolling. And Melio did play a big part on that team, so it's going to be interesting as we continue to see them. Obviously, none of them have been defeated yet, so we're seeing these 2 teams facing stranger tides, if you will, between it. And this is
whoa, no, wait.
Matchup here.
Melio went to Citadel.
I mean, again, I think
Citadel's 2-2 now.
Strong. Both sides are looking strong, but you know who else is strong right now? That is Namor. As we look over towards Namor's new skin, personally, if you're a Namor main, I would.
I run Shib is he's been in our games before. He's also a caster.
New skins obviously in this Halloween season.
Same with Cozy.
Dia de los Muertos style, looking beautiful.
Oh, that Spanish tongue was good there, Shib. Al caliente, my friend. As you look at the dance, the move, and the shake there, giving little Coco vibes as well. Love to see it here. But yeah, man, overall, I mean, what a great hero to highlight with what we saw from
Wait, do I not have my blazer?
Wait,
chat. See, let me give me a second. Let me see if I have mine. Let me. This is a great skin. Do not disrespect that skin. That is a great skin.
Yeah, a little bit of a sound change there too on this skin, but yeah, I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to switch comp up, or they want to say this. Look at these squids, man! How cool is that?
And the sound effect there is awesome from the whale as well. Just a little bit more of that echo. And hello, can we get this map? What map are we on here? I would love to see this nice little bit of again tip to the homage of what they're called back into. And again, the Pumpkin Jeff we saw earlier, Jeff O'Lantern, what a name. What a hero. But yeah, listen, when it comes to what we're seeing early in the matchups, trust me, and as that anchor of the team, you just talked about them having that sustain, I think they've been able to identify that pretty early.
Yeah, see, my thing is, I don't know if Fly is going to need to change comp again. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing, how they adjust. They now have seen the new comp that they're going into. Do they want to try to go in there heavy, or do they want to go back and readjust the composition, because the Adam Warlock adds a whole new element to the game?
No, for sure, and one of the reasons I pointed out the Jeff swap early, obviously, yeah, for that particular fight was the bubble to get them out, but what a great answer to Adam typically is just the quick Jeff hunting for the prey, as it typically is. Energy left alive, 2 on that last map. We're going to see if he's able to sustain and not get that early stagger for the team, because the rest of them are just moments back. Again, we're setting the stage for whenever we do go into our map once again. But yeah, it has been kind of the effect of what Energy can do on the opposition, and you know, I expect him to flex over back to Psylocke if things do get a little bit rougher than right now it's going their way.
Yeah, that's not a bad answer. I think Phoenix is pretty good too, because obviously when you come back from Warlock All, for those who don't know, you have 80% additional HP, and that's that overhealth. If you come in with Phoenix at the right time, all that's immediately deleted, and you're doing damage as well, and then it's very, very dangerous to try to, you essentially just put them in a very dangerous position. It's very readable to know where that ult's going to be. It's all about positioning, it's all about timing, and one thing that we need to know, when you're playing Warlock, which I think some teams that maybe are less experienced running the Warlock hop, and that by no means is NAVI, is essentially, when do I ult? And if I do ult with Warlock, the team has to essentially int. You have to go in there and commit fully, knowing that that ult's available, because if you're positioning yourself for that fight, your team has to know that and fully commit.
Which is going to give an advantage to aggressive teams right off the bat. We were actually highlighting this a lot when we were checking out the VODs of yesterday and teams that did struggle. But again, 4, 3, 2, 1, we find
okay, let's get the casting
Warlock,
chat.
as we just said, with Naga on ult, ready to go, Energy off that top end, and everyone else joining back into the fray as FlyQuest make their way back to this very point.
Oh God, I think I got a little bigger.
On the point is going to climb up, and they're going to go aggressive, man. Love to see it.
Yeah, and here we go now as Fate is holding on to that Fate of both worlds here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I should get my bow tie. Yo, we got 2 teams playing here. This looks pretty good. I mean, one team has 6 players. The other team does have 6 players.
Meteor here to make that shutdown. Maybe even
do I look like
the
I got
whale coming in from Vision, which is launched right now towards the back line. It does land, but does not find too much. Just gets rid of a clone, or yes, actually one. As Star Chief comes in.
I saw that too. There was like an elimination, but none on there, and that was going to be more from it now as we continue to see
fatter
from above the AC 130 in the form of the Goddess of Death there, quickly getting the picks needed. Jerky, big one at that. Best does not miss these, but there's going to be a Magneto shield on top of the nice little move up there from Naga. Now looking at the shield up, the Surge is out. That's going to get the healing reduction. Rolling with it, Vision to find one, Best the other. Who needs the Meteor M when you got the old primary, my friend?
Yeah, another, just compliment to those neutral picks. Good positioning there to body block, or just not enable that additional percentage on point. 51% for NAVI is not their traditional stall, but it is enough to give them a comfortable start here, as we see Cooper ready with that resurgence. Vision with another whale.
Chat, it's not a children's extra small.
Has an answer here with that Meteor Ram. Naga with the res though, and Jerky could be terrifying.
Just mad.
The scariest dance in the game, the dance of the butterfly.
Absolutely, and that's where the aim advantage is as important, because of what Best can do there, and all together that damage up that they're getting from Mantis is a mistake we may not see again, as we have the dance execution trying to find its
I can't take it off
we got Jerky instead going down. Nothing gonna be slashing about that, but now with the whale down, the splash zone is on, and the fear is out. Slammed down is the dunk, and it's gonna find no one here as they rotate down there behind the stairs. Great job putting the pressure on his FlyQuest, but NAVI has everything it takes skill-wise. Naga's had this ult for quite some time now, circling around the sun a couple of times. We'll see if they're able to break through. This is a team when they get the point, they can hold on typically, as it's now 51-51.
If I want to reorder stuff from there.
I
like that brand.
Huge fight. We will see some Qs popped here. Fate and Naga ready, and again, this means that NAVI will likely play very aggressively. There's nothing to lose when your team can come back heavy here with that Karmic Revival. Best building that ult does now have it. Energy Spark Chief as well, right on the same tail. Vision is going to find one on a Trust Me, and there will be that undead squid now as you're trying to just trying to do enough damage.
I guess I got a little too swole, chat. It's been like, what,
yeah,
a year?
not always the best to burst down there. What I'm watching here with Best, look for him to break the image.
Oh, yeah, no, that was
he bought that because is what we're trying to see if he can land down. Best, though, not connecting on that one.
I guess I got a little too big. Maybe I should stop going to the gym.
Mantis, once again, going to be Crook, keeping the team up back-to-back shows. Tough to land now as we're going to have Energy flying towards his objective, but Raj quickly finds and ends that fate.
Wow.
But once again, it's the vision and the Chief that continue to give this team vision of the win here. 95% and climbing, going to go back to the point, but they will touch the 99, which is ever so important as they do look to restack and reload.
Yeah, that's all they were looking to do there.
He likes saying that, restack and reload a lot. He does say that term a lot.
Well, Jerky, you got to find Cooper, making it a little bit slower. They're going to just bide time on this hold right here until the team is ready. Cooper should be back in a second now, right through, and as the team once again will re-engage, Navi is going to have Jerky with that ult. It looks like there is the drop back now, and the change right back is Energy going back to that Hella, and the team is now on the high side together, essentially making sure that they can't get held in that alleyway, which is a very difficult spot to push through, which is what we saw FlyQuest doing right after they took point. So now that the team's out here, but Rajaro gonna find one early, and that is a huge neutral pick. Vision, though, is gonna cancel Jerky.
Wow, he actually got that cancel.
Vision again with the whale.
Holy
up goes Rajaro, bang! But no, not gonna find one even through that ultimate. Once more, Vision now in a dangerous spot is gonna be a little bit low, but gets immediately healed back up. Vest just playing around those shield cover, 97%, back and forth in OT.
Yeah, Vest now is going to get the huge pick there on Fate. Big props to Navi being able to locate, knowing Energy's not going to stay on the Strange. Found him off and wandering there as the Hella, born again, ready again, win again, turning the wipe to a win potentially. Naga's going to pay the ultimate price for bringing his team back from the death. Raj going to find Vision, big one at that. Vest has hit these all the time. They're huge, but they do not land that time. That was the quick shield able to protect the team. Now, trust me, once again, all
can the team up? No, Namor's team up cannot cancel ults, but if you kill someone while they're ulting, you cancel their ult. So he used their team up and it does damage, and he killed the person. Oh no!
Eyes out, cries out, gets the team walking towards.
This is a good game, yo. This is a good game. We're on a map 3. We're on a map 3.
Institute. And this is going to be a heater. Everybody now, nerves through the ceiling, heading and fighting for the #1 seed, Navi versus FlyQuest.
We knew it was going to be just an absolute bloodbath here. You know, I want to highlight again, to find Energy there wandering off, because the Strange portal went on. You would expect everyone to go through, but no, they're like, okay, we know the swap's going to happen. They've studied this team, found Energy early. The momentum dies from there, right? And so that's exactly was the path to success. And you know, nothing able to land there for what they wanted in FlyQuest. Even with the early trade getting Jerky out, you know, trying to do their best, their vision goes down. After
damn, Vest has a 70% accuracy on Magneto. This guy's fucking crazy, chat. I think.
Yeah, a lot more even across
Jesus
the board
Christ.
there for the side of, you know, FlyQuest. But again, I mean, this team is bouncing back. I think Navi has found their solution. These teams are playing chess, and everybody else is playing checkers right now because they are consistently shifting comps and trying to find a way through it. And I'll tell you what, this is clearly working out for them. Even after losing that point at 51%, they bounce back, they stay calm, and they take home map 2. Cooper now going to reset on the high side, trying to deal some damage, get that ult charge quickly. Fate is going to have that ult there for Navi.
What's CTK's mag? I
don't
know. I just remember I've always been impressed with Vess's mag, though. Vess's mag is like very insane.
In this game currently of Marvel Rivals in the early scene, Spark Chief now swinging around, trying to get some early pressure rolling. And yeah, to your point, they can either use this and try to save up the tank. They're trying to ult track and see what they have rolling on the opposition. Now it's going to be just right into the fray, popping the shield. Ooh, not a good swing there. Forced to take the elevator. The Venom does not want to do that. And the chase down, we'll have to see. It's going to be Spark Chief suffering early. Can he get out? Doesn't look like it. Good play by the strategist, keeping him up and ready to go as the Arm of Dangerous lands down from Cherokee, trying to find that Kraken impact, having no impact this time around. Raj goes down, goes up. Another dip dodge. Getting out of there, the patches O'Houlihan south of Energy.
Energy is going to find one right after that, too, on Naga, who likely has the resin. Yes, right back in it. Again, FlyQuest did a great job baiting out ultimates and not allowing them to get value. Energy is going to find Jerky now, just playing lights out here, finding these headshots. Cooper going to go down for Jean with some really good movement there.
A tank having that burst damage is crazy, but Jesus.
As again, the res comes through here. The copied up, the double res composition here from Navi.
Wait, they double res?
Problem.
Yeah, I mean, we had, what, 2 Atoms out there popping it at the same breath, if you will. That is absolutely
they double res ulted. Navi doesn't look good right now, bro. Double fucking res?
Definitely gonna be a tough one at that.
A double supportal in a pro game?
You know, maybe Adam res now is what the comm was, and they both took it as their, you know, call here. Shib, Vest does that.
Yeah, brutal. Odds are Level 1 Crook had that copy or had been holding it, and maybe was in a spot where it was necessary. There, there is some potential reasons as to why it happened like that, but yeah, that cannot be what is going
Level
on
1
here.
Crook dying
And,
too.
goodness,
Oh,
Vision,
Naga
come on
dying
now.
too.
Two immediately found up on this high side angle, throwing those squids out. And you know what happens when you land those squids? Undead squids pop out and the team just starts walking in. Wow, FlyQuest with 30% on now, and NAVI in a dangerous position.
This is one of the hardest maps whenever you get pushed into the spawn just to readjust, right? I mean, there's so little room for error. You can take the high ground as these Namors and Hellas to rain down quite literally the hell from above. Vest able to continue to have a defensive approach too. And again, when you lose both those strat ults, now you just have to completely rely on Fate to sustain you through it. Vest can delete that if so chooses and lands. And Vision, though, getting a little low, forced to pop the important blessing to the deep as he finds himself looking for the prey, and they're all calling on Vest and Vision right now.
Good positioning here by Sparchi, Fate, and Trust Me, gonna come in heavy. Down goes Vision early. Well done by NAVI as they're continuing this pressure forward. Trust Me getting a few trans, but it is not enough. Vest in a dangerous spot potentially. Oh, thinking about kicking down into the basement, divide more time. It's essentially a forced stagger again. Rajaro gonna find energy though as down goes Sparchi, just trying to stay on the point for as long as
Marvel
possible.
Rivals just tweeted that there's a new patch.
And will give them that take.
Vest has 1 health. He's had 1 health, just struggling to find health back that whole time, and he does at that. That was a good recap, man. Actually, a very solid win for NAVI. That needed to win with just the neutral.
Oh, never mind. It's just like a bunch of fixes.
Almost out as well. Naga does find the best of him. That is a brutal blow when you look at things here. And when you go in and measure what we have ult economy-wise, again, just slow down here, FlyQuest. You're up 72% if you need it. But NAVI, I'm just blown away with the continued resilience of this team. Again, we showed it there against what they did on
so
Envy.
smart.
Now here they are again.
Yeah, they're just so smart. I mean, they don't overcommit there. They don't use strategist line ults when it looks even dicey, even if they lose 1 to a pick, because they know they're still up in numbers. I mean, again, this team is just so cerebral. That is their strength, and they consistently find value in that, and that's how they win their maps.
Why don't you sit down in your chair?
Heavy, though, with these
because I want to stand.
It's going to be matched right back.
I have a
it's
standing
desk.
desk.
Value with these Qs. Jerky going to start off here early on. Everybody going to stack together to make sure that doesn't get too much value. Cooper pops all at the same time, though, and now the team's got to walk heavy as Vest finds Naga, and that's not a good. Another double stack as energy hits the sky. Vest
Wait, did they double stack ults
with
again?
The whale, but Vestas lands on Fate, who does have an ult, and that is another huge trade for them. As Naga
that was on
right back and
FlyQuest.
brings the team with it.
Yeah, it is just trying to locate where that was happening, and yeah, both 1 seats here essentially getting
Is the chair broken? Yeah, my chair's broken.
Not what you want to see, but you know what? Hey, blow for blow, it's going to match. History finds a way to repeat itself. Vision is going to get the hit there on Crook, and Energy continues to get it done. And wow, what a quick putback. Ults do not matter right now. I mean, they're just able to throw down. We're just seeing mechanics at the finest level of play, Shib.
Yeah, FlyQuest is looking lights out, but so is NAVI. One of the things that I like just to call out here is, yes, they do have that Luna, which they are switching now over to Cloak, but the double res makes a lot of sense because when you have this amount of anti-heal on Fly, or the healing reduction, a lot of these strategist line ultimates aren't as worth it as bringing them back into the fight. So a really good comp, but once again, they just got to show up and take this back. FlyQuest, though, holding on to the point right now, 93% and counting, 73 there for NAVI. No ults available. There's been a lot of value in the neutrals throughout these battles as Sparchief has a huge slam, bringing up the back line.
Yeah, it's looking like FlyQuest is going to have a lot of ult economy just advantage here. Cooper's going to be right here, and if I'm them, pop the undefeatable right away. There's not going to be something to match it. You just saw all those other ults come off cooldown Vision, though. They don't need it. Friends, gather around. FlyQuest, gather around me, Cooper says, as they continue the relentless effort. FlyQuest takes back
FlyQuest,
against NAVI. It's the best versus the best, and we found the results on map 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's a comp that I think we will see changed up. They are so dominant there with that team up with Hella Namor and NAVI. You know, I liked the idea of their solution.
I thought they were going to
don't really go down that route where healing means everything. Instead, just res the team and consistently fight and try to stay on point. But the problem was there's some overcommitment. There was some double stacking ults. But what do you know? The Magneto here in this tournament that's looked insane. Vest coming through with the MVP.
Once again, just farms it. And yeah, you know when it comes to
show me the stats.
You know, ulting at the same
Vest 35-4, 17 final hits, 70% accuracy on Magneto. He might actually be Magneto. Energy 38-5 with 19 final hits. Vision as well, 41-5. Damn. Jerky 13-14, bro. That's not how he usually plays. I'm surprised.
There as we take a quick look at the highlights and what we saw there. 38-41.
That is not usually how Jerky plays. Jerky usually, when I see him on the ladder, he fucking rolls, bro. He rolls. Okay, chat, I gotta go to the bathroom. Deciding game for Envy and Chopper Mag in 8 minutes. No, oh, but this game is good too.
A lot of success in midseason from NAVI on Dom. They do a great job stalling point, but some big plays here in these neutrals are what brought FlyQuest out on top. So many neutral picks there from this crazy combination.
And one thing I think Navi does so well is their team coordination.
Oh, sorry.
And when you have domination,
I gotta
it's
go to the
almost just
bathroom,
this
chat.
mechanical matchup, right? It's almost just like pure raw talent, a bloodbath, as we like to say. When you go to these other game modes, that's where a lot of other attributes can shine, and that's how they won that mid-season final. So expect them to bounce back. They get to pick the map as well, as we have an electrifying matchup here. Match number 2, Atlanta, Georgia. Shit, Cozy, bringing it to you.
Come on now, this has been insane already, and this is what the battle for 1 seed here in this bracket can look like. Again, Navi and Fly duking it out in every single one of these maps exactly like we wanted, and I'm telling you, I'm having a ton of fun. I can't wait to see what they choose on map 2.
Air guitaring over here, man. No Luna song right now, just jamming it out. And listen, guys, this is our kind of early preview potentially of what we will see there on the biggest stage. Literally the biggest stage in Rivals history to date, coming in just a couple of days here as they get ready, y'all. Listen, we need a breath of air here after we just saw an absolute crazy domination. So reset, reload. We'll see you in just a second. We're going to take a quick break.
Have what it takes to become the best of the best.
The fight is going to happen right here, right now.
Hey, we're FLYQUEST.
We're here in Atlanta.
And you're watching Marble Rivals Grand Finals.
Love that energy, the energy not on the shop, but that was like you're watching Disney Channel vibes, kind of like, you know, you're watching FlyQuest. Hey, listen, man, Navi has everything it takes to make this thing back interesting, and I cannot wait to see the talent unfold here as we continue on to what is this absolute awesome matchup. Easily, for me, talent-wise, the matchup of the day.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun just to witness the raw, like you're saying, talent on these teams in their various hero picks, and they've been rotating. Again, it's a chess match with these teams, and again, we talk about the cerebral picks of Navi. They always have a solution. I liked what they were doing. It just couldn't quite execute it at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I'm just like, I love being a fan of this game. You know, like, it's so easy to cast when you just love what you're watching, and at the highest level of play, I'm like writing it down. I'm like, all right, okay, if I plan on playing Hell, I'm just going to follow what Energy did there, vice versa. Trust me on the cap. So cool to see it all put together. Big ban phase. I think we're going to see some adjustments for Navi as well.
Yeah.
and maybe how they approach. You know, we saw that in the last matchup. Get rid of the name or the Hella if needed.
Yeah, and again, just talking about like just being a fan of this. While we're casting, you guys should see us. We're just bumping each other, hyping each other up. It's just a ton of fun to witness. But now, again, folks, for those who do not know, this is going to be a selection from NAVI in terms of mode and map, either convoy or convergence. So it's balls in their court. It's all dependent on what they want to choose, and they have a lot of set plays and some huge, just cerebral team comps. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they try to run and what they change in terms of their bans against Fly.
100%. The Emma, I think, is not going to be banned this time around because it just doesn't have as big as an impact. We just showed it there. You cannot give the damage up to FlyQuest, and Vest is like, fine, I'll play Magneto.
Yeah, Mag, yeah.
Favorite Marvel Rivals caster? I think they're all fantastic casters.
The Loki ban followed by the Mantis save, and it just kind of opens everything else up for that pick ban phase, y'all. Listen, we saw a lot of Adam Warlock. I like to call it Marvel Zombies because it's kind of rising from the dead there. And speaking of Marvel Zombies, an absolute insane game mode added. If you have not played, I mean, this has been all the buzz around the block.
Yeah, I've had hands-on with this PvE mode, and it's been a ton of fun to play as I was up there on the leaderboard for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, Blade is the MVP here, man. Blade is absolutely disgusting. If you're having a tough time in the old Nightmare 4, Blade is the answer to it. You can build up buff stacks and ready to go. I mean, this pretty much looks like what we've seen Punishers, at least in this tournament, without the buffs. But, man, what an insane cool mode.
Yeah, and you know, we saw a little magic. You know, maybe we'll see some more magic. We're still definitely up in the conversation for playable, maybe even in that meta.
I didn't know that if you pop those. I didn't know if you pop them, they blow up and kill
your way through the difficulties.
The people.
Go to a more endless mode as you head to a 20-round mode and try to get through some of these bosses. This is so much fun to play. Make sure you get hands on. I know the audience has been loving it, and I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, give it a chance because it is a blast.
Dude, because here's the thing, no question, Marvel Rivals represents Marvel Heroes the best I've seen in any video game. And you know, hero shooters, people vibe with it, they love it, but people just want to play their favorite hero, and that's what you get to do here in Marvel, the Zombies. Getting this PvE mode, I think, you know, testing the waters a little bit. Guess what? They found a huge fish here because everyone is loving it. We want more, Nettie.
Yeah.
True.
I've been seeing the feedback consistently. Give us more heroes, give us more maps, because I'll tell you what, these devs just consistently find ways to shake up the way this game works, whether it's patching, whether it's new maps, whether it's new heroes, or adding a mode like a PvE mode that has been insanely successful in terms of just numbers and fun. Like, I just have so much fun on this, and that, you know, finding more ways to play this game and still having a good time.
Gym. That's why she's not here.
No, for sure, and it's a good cycling of game modes that we've had. You know, we've going back all the way to the Big Brain Blast, and we've had the Ultron Auto Chess, if you're a fan of that. You know, I believe that will come back eventually with even more fine-tuning, and so excited to see, you know, them kind of, again, test the water, see what, you know, the audience is like here. And again, you're looking at the charts, it's booming right now with Marvel, Zombies, and Rivals. But again, speaking of it, I do expect to see Zombies ourselves here with more of that Adam comp, what we've kind of come to see.
Yeah, I mean, that comp is definitely in the meta. There's no doubt about it. But like, apparently it's not always the end-all be-all solution, because even through with that, you know, we talked about even zombie comp, talk about the zombie squids out there, right? Every single time you got a pick there with Vision, it would just bounce right back. So let's go back and you talked about how they got to change the ban phase here to go against Fly. Again, this is going to be Navi's selection in map. What do you think they're gonna, you know,
I think we're taking it to Asgard. I'm pretty sure Navi does like themselves some Yggdrasil path. If I were to expect something to happen here, it could be that map that we see.
Okay, sorry, I was buying Emily something that she wanted from IKEA for her birthday, so
I wouldn't say it's like
we got something from IKEA, chat.
Best or anything like that. FlyQuest kind of, you know, they're good around the board, but Navi, I expect to go that way. They could take it over here to Hall of the Jolly as well, or just throw us a complete curveball.
What you get? She wanted a thing for her stream room.
It was one or the other I thought was going to go, and again, we get the pleasure,
like a bookshelf or something.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this map, and I haven't had a lot of eyes on it throughout this cast, so I'm stoked to see it back-to-back here in our 2 matches together, but it does lend itself a lot to that 3-2-1
You gonna build it? Yes, sadly, I have to. I fucking hate building shit, bro. Somehow I always fuck up and, like, use the wrong screw for the wrong area, and then, like, I have to, like, take it apart and shit. I hate it.
Because, you know, if you leave Magneto open, typically Vest is going to be on that Magneto.
Sure, for sure.
Jay, did you beat Nightmare 4? Yes. I'm pretty sure I have a YouTube video on it.
Here now. Also, this leans to the aggressiveness of Navi, right? Try to get that point 1 immediately. If I'm then go on offense first. Sometimes the team that picks usually likes the other team to go on offense, but you go on offense first. We're seeing that right here, right now. Here's the deal. Energy on Hella, point one, it's just not there. It's so tough to get those sight lines. So bring that aggression into momentum, make them struggle early on point two. You can get that point just as easily. Now we continue to see they're going to go with that Imma ban once again to slow down and stop.
That's pretty cool. Building your own guitars.
Here, and now we're finding ourselves with the same probably Loki ban here.
Bro, I get lost
again,
when I
these
go to
teams have been working
IKEA
on
when I went to go
things
pick up my
behind the
desk.
scenes, and trust me, obviously, is a very, very strong Emma player. but
IKEA's fucking
curious if
massive,
they will
bro.
allow that Namor composition to come back through here with Hela.
IKEA's
If you take that
huge.
high side, even on defense,
Funny
although,
enough,
you know,
when I
you're
went to
right where the
IKEA
poke
in,
can get dove down. If you remove all the
Sweden,
dive here, we say
actually,
goodbye to Mantis and Venom again, so they don't have
it wasn't that
simple
big.
one-shot combination.
Oh,
again,
Cal's
folks,
in,
no.
nice.
If you damage boost with Mantis,
If this
go
game
under with
finishes
Venom. If you
before,
do have
I mean,
something
the
like
other one's
Lulu there
done,
with
we'll go
Damage
watch
Boost,
the
you
other
can
one.
Take out anyone through any combination immediately, but when you double damage boost like that, but outside of that, even the damage boost alone from Mantis with your ult will take out various heroes and the backline instantly, so you can just press the Q button.
Yo, what's up, Dad? How you doing? How you doing?
Manned out once more. So again, the double dive Vanguard removed, and I think that's a good decision. But goodbye to that Hela,
Yeah,
exactly like we thought.
Exactly. It was either the Namor or the Hela. I think the Hela is definitely the answer to get there. Vision is going to lean over to the Shark if they do have that available, and with that save there. You know, Zealous plays a good Shark as well, but with Vision not having to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I went to someone that was, I don't know. That's how I basically I was in Sweden for Thanksgiving, and that's basically how I spent my Thanksgiving by
Yeah, again, they're learning.
eating
and we knew that was going to be the case.
meatballs
We'll see what they lock in here. I'm curious.
in Sweden.
It's gonna be obviously a
I was at
staple
the
there.
Overwatch
Maybe they'll
Champion
roll again
Series
if need
for
be.
the
this team was
OWCS.
really, really
How you
good.
doing, Dad? How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, looking at our last save from each side of things, we've got the Psylocke going to the lower half, which we saw Jerky do plenty fine with the ban on the top end. And the last bit of business they can pull, maybe go mag, don't let them have that full echo hit, but no, if I'm them, you're going to go
What is it,
mag,
meatballs and like lingonberries or something? That,
yeah, I mean,
that
there's
is
a lot of
good.
mapping potential early on attack.
That is
there
good.
With Jeff, even on defense. So looks like that is going to be what we're seeing removed so far. Lock in, obviously, of the Jeff, and it looks like you're saying what you're saying was correct. Vision likely going to be on that Jeff and has found some big games here in this tournament so far, helping them take home some of these wins. But we'll see a little bit of a same composition in terms of just having a lot of bodies coming back after getting KO'd.
Yeah, hell
with
yeah,
that
bro.
BRB.
There was
And
one
with
place in
Revival
Sweden
here
that we
from
went to
NAVI
as well
will be
that
attacked.
served
Yeah, I like
meatballs
Navi
with
on their
any.
own
It was
Navi
like
here
any
and
type of
say,
meat. We had
you know what, put
we
us
had
on
bear
offense first.
meatballs.
Let's show them
We
what
had
we're
chicken
made out of.
meatballs. We
Let's
had
try to
pork
finish this
meatballs. We
thing
have
strong, and then we know exactly what
regular
we need
cow
to do
meatballs. We
to
had.
get the job
I'm
done.
pretty
Now, as
sure
we see
there was
the
elk
offense
as well. There
approach,
was
what the
deer.
strat is for Navi.
There was.
In the defensive end, we got energy over to the Phoenix.
I think
So
I
you know what,
said
take away
bear.
my Hela, I'll just
Yeah,
go
it was
next
it was
bit,
fucking
you know,
amazing.
and
Actually, it's in the
listen,
vlog. It's in my
nerves
vlog
to
on the
Phoenix.
IRL
Still
channel. If you guys go watch the IRL
and we often
channel.
see that. You know, no raccoon though. You sometimes see that on the defensive end to get that huge insult.
No, it wasn't IKEA. It was a different place.
Jump out to you.
It was like a
Yeah,
famous
I mean,
spot.
It's also an answer to Rocket, right? I mean, when you do get rid of that Sia instantly there with Phoenix and still find value through it, it's impactful. We talk about the damage boost composition that we've seen from some of these teams, and when there's a low ceiling, you can use Phoenix with Rocket together on the same team to instantly almost KO virtually everyone, because that 40% damage boost is huge, and when you can't break the Phoenix as it's coming down from a low ceiling, it's very detrimental, but it is very niche, and it's forced on specific windows and locations, and holding an ult for something like that is tough to do, so haven't seen a lot of it in this tournament so far. Wow, using the jump there to get up top, very, very smart. That's actually so smart as a unit. Everybody
down,
playing
champ.
on this high side as one is so cool to see, but he is immediately pushed off, so they've clearly been doing their homework.
Yeah, can't get back up there after that
Yeah.
spin off. And, you know, listen, we have the two Jeffs pretty much in this entire tournament here with Vision and Fate, right? So Vision look out to be a big threat here for them. And when you talk about that top end approach, yeah, now it's going to be, trust me, trying to go on the lower half of things. And again, this kind of just closes off sight lines if you're trying to hide from energy, seeing the rotation happen there. Jerky has his job and his assignment. We'll see if he continues to do that. And look at Spark Chief. I love the aggression, but man, that was a big commitment.
Yeah, big commitment, and on defense, being down a number like that when you have no way right back into the fight is going to force your team to retake, and they are switching spawn essentially in terms of how they're going to attack, but being this separated is
Yo,
dicey.
they
Now,
gotta go to
some of the
point,
focus
bro.
can
They
go
can't be
towards
that
those
far
coming
away
back
from point.
spawn and make it, again, a dangerous situation, but here comes the retake shortly, and out goes that Sia with some really good positioning there from Fate, so the team can use it to its best advantage, almost on the touch, and here comes a huge counter with damage boost, bang, coming down from Naga to immediately shut down
I
Vision.
love
Big play by Naga once more,
fisting
who
that
is ran
fucking
a
shark,
very
bro.
strong Bucky
I
now.
love it when
Sparky
he's trying to
gonna be
eat my
dancing
team. I
inside
go
his
up in the
invisible
air and I
boundary.
fist
Trust
the
me
shit
now.
out of
Even
him.
the team walk thighs out, cries out from Trust Me. Down goes Cooper, Vess, and Spark Chief. and Navi will start walking off point 1.
I hate that
what I
fucking
thought
shark,
would
chat.
help
I
this
hate that
team,
shark.
the aggression, and it's all about that first Jeff. Well, first of all, if they can even get there, they did finally, but wow, locked and ready. The comms on perfect there for Naga, just erasing the shark into Sushi quite quickly there now with Jerky and Raj, able to have things fueled up for their team as well. And continue.
Flark
This
Jeff,
is
bro.
such a
Flark
point
Jeff.
of momentum. Carry on what you had there from the first bit. Plenty of time to get it done. 427 is a lifetime in Rivals. Best trying to look to slow them down. He can start that by hitting the best special, that Meteor Rim. Let's see what he got.
And now Alt's going to be slightly in the advantage of FlyQuest in this fight as Fate goes down early there to Energy, who is going to be switching over. Also a very strong Bucky player. Vest now taking the space right back, ensuring this cart does not move any more forward. You want to try to force as many fights as possible. The cart is all that matters, folks. Take that into ladder. If your team goes down, make sure you're falling on that cart so that it can't get free space and just force you to have less fights on these various phases. This one being the streets phase. Team's going to drop back now as Vest is going to try to maintain position. He's still doing a good job, but in the back line, team is in danger. It's matched right back by the resurgence from Cooper with a good answer. Jerky going to cancel that and take the height.
Yeah, got what they wanted out of that either way. Remember, Jerky had the most eliminations in this tournament as his side lock.
Oh,
this man is
the
dangerous here.
building,
One
the
goes down,
building
other
blocked
finds its
it.
mark. It's going to land all blue here for FlyQuest, able to get it done, and this is exact. They had to have the win here. They had the commit, and they also had the pressure with 3 minutes and counting down here now as Zelos gets the first pick on Naga. 4 reset going to happen here. They have Fate to go with the aggression, and Energy's just trying to find a little bit, maybe opposing his fear to the other team. Right now, man, keep this aggression up if you're Navi, though. I'd go in there with Fate heavy.
Yeah, I like that initial take there, using it to take the height and just get a little more damage out. Built that all already at 30%, so big play there by Energy, which again, just those small little things are huge at this level of play. Jerky gonna find Spark Chief now, keep the space forward, Invisible Boundary matched right back, and they are holding, but again, down a number now, and Zelos commits that alt. Vision gonna be looking for something as down under with Jeff, gets a huge eat. Would that be able to get off map? Is gonna get walked down, the damage boost on Rocket, just juking for days. Vision is gonna hit those bubbles, who try to set that up prior, but is gonna fall. And that was some really good work there by Fate.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually surprised he tried to go through that pillar because that is kind of something you learn pretty early as a Jeff. It looks like the space is there and you can't go through. Vision as just a veteran Jeff player thought that we would not see that, but instead gonna try to take that angle. Rough look.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Looks to bounce back. That's a brutal one to make up. Spark Chief 2 needs him. We need
Hey,
him
listen,
to
any
reset
nerf to
if
Jeff
you
though,
are
on even
FlyQuest.
even if it's the map, I like it.
Here as Nagas be close to that Kraken impact.
One thing that I really like there.
I know he's pissed off though. I know he's pissed off.
Reset those bubbles to be able to get more speed boost towards off map, and that's something you should take into ladder, folks. That was big bring.
Yeah, absolutely. Pillar being the only stopping force as now Spark Chief looking again, now can't even find any room to breathe now. Gonna quickly go up to 800. Good use there of the strategist and eyes on the prize. This Naga pick would be massive then. Oh my goodness, that's the one you need as Energy finds the best from it. Again, he yells. It's the trademark, if you will, of Energy. The punch, the move, the stagger Energy. This is the FlyQuest special. He lands it from the full court.
From downtown, Vest weaves it over the shield, and still they're going to find another on a Jerky. And that is another big retake there from FlyQuest. Jerky has ultimate available, Naga as well. The answer again from Cooper, whose job at this current moment is to counter every single one of those dances. The dance of the Cutterfly consistently going to be countered right back. Again, these teams just so much good back and forth play. A great first take there from the side of Navi, who are now being held up on the streets phase. 1:12 on here. Pulled right through. Trust me, you're gonna have to use Diamond. Almost has that silent seduction here from Jaro with this Meteor Rim, which bang does land, but just click the edge of the wall there. Does not do enough damage to anyone, and Vision gonna take the height. Is gonna find Jerky, and that's great.
Oh, he won.
Oh,
I hate Jeff.
What?
I hate Jeff. I hate people named Jeff. If your name is Jeff in my chat, I just don't like you.
Type just born forward. He's evolving in front of our eyes, y'all. Just a Blastoise in the making. I mean, listen, right now.
Bro, I hate Jeff, chat.
I mean, they took 4 minutes down to 30 seconds just like that. That momentum's so important to carry through. Navi, they've got the cues ready, though, right? You get Jerky to go in and try to bait out Zelos and then try to roll from there. You got to hope Vision doesn't land, though, this much.
My name is
Jeff. Man, he's starving. He just had the old one not land the connect, so we'll see if we get it again. Energy, though, right there with that impact, Mr. Ship.
Yeah, that Super Soaker has some serious PSI from downtown here, just dealing a ton of damage and able to find 2 in that fight without using an ultimate. That was wild to see. Jerky, though, is going to find Cooper with that damage boost, and that is some really good commitment, and I believe it is going to get them enough value to walk forward a little bit here. Out goes some counter ultimates right back. The team trying to maintain presence on the point as FlyQuest is going to use that. It's Jeff. Vest still holding onto that Meteor M, and that's going to counteract Naga likely. Yes, it is. Up in the sky. A need here from Vision is going to find Trust Me. Try to deal enough damage or at least displace for long enough. Good movement there.
Ooh,
With the bubble
nice.
from
Nice
Vest.
survivability.
Naga still gets a pick there. Spark
But I still
goes
hate
down.
Jeff,
Jerky
but nice
is gonna find that.
survivability.
Trust Me, though, even being eaten by Jeff and on that off map is going to come through with full HP and still get a pick. Hand delivering them to the back line once more. And now they are pushing through, and it's going to have to be a forced touch here from FlyQuest with no ultimates, as Trust Me does have that Psionic Seduction.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're really close to everything. I mean, Jerky, we'll see who gets there quicker. It's going to be Cooper or him, and I think it's going to be on the side of Jerky as everyone's kneeling in front of Mother herself, finding good mag bubble to keep Spark Chief in this
Everyone
situation.
is
The quick
kneeling
punch,
in
the
front of
diamond
Mother
form that makes
herself.
Best pay the ultimate price here early, or energy for that matter now, as we look forward to more. It's going to be the slice and dice. Jerky finds it again, but the undefeatable coming at the same mark. Here comes the up, the down, the slam, the connection. No hit there, as now we find ourselves meters away. The amplifier on. Volume turned all the way up here for Navi as they're just vibing out.
Wow,
with
they
confidence.
capped. Good
And
shit. Good
Navi
shit.
walks through point 2 there. That looked very smooth and very coordinated, making sure
I don't
each
know
ult
if that
was
looked very
utilized before they
smooth,
committed
but
the Nether, ensuring they
capped it
didn't
in
have to
OT.
overcommit if not needed. Again,
Yeah,
Navi
Jerky's insane.
Really
He's hit
well
he's
played
hit
in that
rank
moment.
1
I thought the
multiple
movement
times
there
and
from Fly
everything,
to
and
counter some of those ults was
we
awesome,
played
but
against him as
was
well.
not
He just
enough.
fucking
The
he's
mental
insane.
capacity of Navi, they just keep pulling through in these streets phases.
Yeah, we're seeing Jerky come online here too, you know, getting a little bit more sharp with the Psylocke lethal that we continue to see now as Cooper is going to go ahead and try to get this team the edge needed. Again, lethal here, the duelist in the strategist position, if you will. Now good rotation once again. Kraken Impact coming online for energy. Going to try to find more, try to get the look over here as Vision does his part as well. Now I'll go with the legendary, again, Galactic Legend up and in that, the invisible boundary. Vest going to go ahead and counter that as well with the Meteor M. So a double defensive effort here. Got to make the most of that. If you're Vest with no connection to it, that's one they might want back ship, as they're using a lot to try to keep themselves alive. And you belong to me, shouted from the echoes, is Trust Me pushing in. This is the aggression that they continue to have and what makes this team great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great retake there. Level 1 Krug gonna find Spark Chief now with a nice early pick on a Vanguard in the front line. Out goes that dance, so the Cutterfly does not seem to find anyone. Frozen right after landing with a Kraken Impact is a huge freeze, and notice how none of the team is gonna wake that freeze up. A huge eat here from Vision, who might be able to escape. No, not for long, as there is no follow-up. Rasharo with a 2-piece now, and Fate gonna find Vest, and Navi are gonna keep this momentum in OT, heading towards point 3.
Yeah, they fully committed there. I almost wanted them to reset and then kind of take this last bit in the final hole, but they went all in. Vision unable to find success there, and the clock stoppers on energy right before he hits the ground. My gosh, now time is ticking. Overtime on the meters as well. Rajaro trying to land one that hits. Does not connect this time, but the spin to win. Oh, the quick hit from Naga going down. Ship, this is the final moments.
Oh, wow.
This would be a massive hold and a massive victory for Navi. Trust Me finds more. Crook, Jerky getting it done for them.
Yeah, and everybody's trading, but this
Vision,
time
bro,
more in the favor of Navi as
Vision. I don't know
Rajaro
if the
finds
Jeff
Vest.
was
Down
working
goes
this time
Cooper,
around,
and
chat.
they are falling quickly like dominoes, and that should be
Wow.
3 points.
That is
Fuck.
an absolute
Envy took the
massive
first
win
map.
for Navi.
Hey,
Yeah, 20
good
seconds
shit,
at the front
good
of the
shit.
line
Listen,
there,
all they
and
had to
just
do was, like, you know,
honestly, a bit of a falling of the
just...
tower there if you are
Oh
flying
my
west
God.
with some of those ults just not finding success there. Again, wish maybe would have held on to those towards that back end. You never know if you're going to get enough time, so you do have to try to set up with what you have. But with the early pick, again, that clock stopper moment, that Crook hit on energy was insane. The man was literally
Is
punching
Cal
the
at least
ground
doing
as he
well?
came down.
I know you guys are saying that he's starting and whatnot. Is he doing well now?
But taking a look, you know, at least you got the time all the way down. FlyQuest just has a match.
Yeah, I mean, that timing of that freeze has to be perfect with that CC immunity. Like, this is just such high level of play. You see this team back against the wall. Navi is just so good. Being able to do that in OT on point 3, which is a very defensible position, your spawn incredibly close to where the point ends, usually lends itself to, you know, very difficult to push through. But even in OT, halfway through that point, they just stay consistent. They find picks, they get one, and the team rushes forward. As you see Jerky there with 11 finals, 7 on the side of Trust Me, who really seems to value that Emma at this moment. Rajaro, 18 and 3, the entirety of this team looking so strong. A ton of damage out there across the board, and we will have to see.
Yo, what's up, Dad? How you doing again?
Pushes to overtime.
Yeah, honestly,
He's
stat line is
starting, but
painful. We're
he's
actually
finishing?
seeing just
What?
The best of the best get highlighted. I mean, Crook in the strategist position is just so.
Yeah.
Is he
good
doing?
if you're a strategist
Chat,
player.
is Cal
Gotta take
doing
those
well?
there. Raj was not connecting so much on those meteor imps. If he lands those, this team's gonna get the easy dub here because he's continued to play that real well as well. But again, it's gonna be Vess and Spark Chief on the Vanguard side of the FlyQuest. Spark Chief gonna open up the portal. They know exactly where to expect it. Get on that health pack early. Spark Chief now going over to the Venom, I'm sure, to go ahead and catch up with the team as they all.
Yeah, he's bossing it. Good shit. That's probably. Hey,
Yeah,
hopefully, if he does well, they don't put him on the bench again.
The communication from the front line saying, hey, nobody has pushed up, they're portaling. The team elected to drop back together, so nobody was there upon that portal spawning through. So
19
again,
and
just another
3
smart
with
play
top
by
damage
Navi
as Star-Lord.
to ensure no one gets picked in these early fights and not give up this point too quickly. Try to burn some time here. So they rotate spawn now, very similar to what we saw prior, but the only difference from the strategy from Navi on that high side right
If
is that
Envy
there is
makes
no
it to the
trade
tournament,
in
that's going to be
terms of
fucking crazy.
value in
Also,
numbers.
enjoy that.
Everybody's still
Enjoy.
out right now in this fight. Best in a dangerous spot, going to force out some cooldowns as they walk forward. Angela there from Spark Chief. Going to put some
Hey,
pressure on
appreciate
the
it,
height as
Monkey's
Naga
fault.
is on energy, and the trade is 1-1 here as Rajaro's down in energy. Zelos now falls from Naga in the height, and Spark Chief at 18 HP does go down with a chase there from Jerky.
I was going to say, Raj going down was probably bigger for FlyQuest there, losing out the Vanguard and able to push into the defensive wall, but no, unable to connect and the finish in the flush from Navi. Like we highlighted, in other game modes, you start to see the whole picture come together, what Navi does so well as Cooper. Oh, the stagger is going to be brutal here. Cooper, get back.
Hey,
to
what's
the
up,
team
Chrissy?
there. You can find the forced way, if you will. But yeah, good job here as now set up for success, have the amplifier. Jerky can try to get something out if he wants to. Cooper's still a little bit away.
Yeah, it's going to switch to that Luna, and one thing I wanted to call out as we're looking at stats, level 1 Crook on this Luna with very, only falling a few times. Luna,
Enjoy lunch,
very
Dad.
diveable, though still has that defensive cooldown, is kind of in a dangerous spot right now with how strong dive is in this meta, so being able to only fall a few times like that just goes to show how strong level 1 Crook is, who's, again, that MVP at midseason Worlds as they took home the cup there. Vision now going to be engaging here on that Phoenix, a comp we don't see as traditionally. Rajaro finds one. Energy now onto Naga with the reset, trying to find more.
Okay, I know this is going to be very disrespectful, chat, but is it crazy that I want FlyQuest to win 2-0 so we can go watch the next match of the NV?
And FlyQuest is crumbling at this moment into Navi, who are looking so strong.
Yeah,
It doesn't even look like NV's FlyQuest is going to win this though. It looks like Navi's going to tie this up 1-1.
It's Jerky again, just really showing up here.
Bro, I want to watch all these games, but sadly they have 2 brackets going on and I can't watch the games that I want to watch. You have to pick one or the other.
The house was betting, looking at it. Hey, we've seen this song and dance before. Zelos here gonna.
I hope NV does make it though. I hope NV does make it.
Get things rolling for them right away. Invisible barrier is gonna be the first thing that's up for them. They're going to try to use it aggressively, it looks like here, Shiv, as once again we do have the in-song as well. And it's going to go ahead and have the flash, the dash, and the finish.
Andy for 58 months. Absolutely insane. I appreciate it. God damn, Andy.
Is up. Butterfly 2 effect, can't use it. Aggressive now going on the defense.
Oh, good pullback in there with the force physics from Zelos.
Appreciate it.
Early on, and I'm telling you, that is a huge pick. As out goes the Galactic Legend Eden by Vess, who tried to land it out of the sky.
Vess. Vess was trying to become Steph Curry out there, bro.
Now by Cooper walking forward here with the fate of both worlds, and now is Rajaro's chance at it, playing by that shield, but it does land.
Nice dodge by Energy. Nice dodge.
Good work on the movement there. These teams movement, the movement is crazy, keeping the pressure on.
That would have been the best POV of all time for that hit the Star-Lord in the end. Here, you saw the purple there at the end, but Energy able to dodge yet again from Rajaro. But you are going to have the res back. Trust me, getting that res is a big one at that. The Vanguard going right back to full.
Oh, wow. That got burnt real fucking quick.
From Vision, trying to get this team a little bit of life and finding the white room once again. Vision, though, does find Jerky. That's a big one at that. Spark Chief pushes in. It's Energy. Spark Chief giving this team more life. They could not find on point 1.
Wow. That was insane damage on the back line there. Beautiful work by level 1 Crook to find that pick and turn the momentum heavily backwards on Energy, who tried to make that play. Who's going to force the portal now through. No ults available here for FlyQuest. No ults available for Navi just yet, but Spark Chief going to find one on the level 1 Crook, and that's a huge pick,
much better.
as that puts them up heavily in terms of strategists or just raw healing numbers. Naga on this height is very close to this ult and looking for it quickly. Playing around that, good ult on the counter, but it is matched right back.
If Naga gets his ult, come on, Naga.
This pick onto Trust Me, and they do.
Yeah, they see the, now at least you can go damage mode, right? So you have one for the sustain, DPS for the rest. They do end up finding success here. Good for them.
I don't think Naga's
But, I mean,
gonna
I'm telling
ult.
you, what an
Nope, they're all
absolute play
dead.
to get things rolling for the team. Only 2.5 minutes compared to the nearly 5 that Navi had to work with. But, and I gotta say, someone get this guy a skill cape. Level 1 quick needs to be level 99. He's absolutely cooking.
Yeah, the
Someone get this guy a skill cape. He should be, instead of level 1, level 99. Damn, clever.
Next few fights difficult as they
Okay.
are low. Zelos
Bringing in a little bit of old school RuneScape up in here.
Fate with some really good timing. I want to highlight using that.
I'm trying to get 99 fishing right now.
Right after
I'm
Vision
almost
landed. Good
91,
patience
chat.
on that
Almost
to ensure it doesn't get
91.
deleted there by the Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the Fear going up to go ahead and stop what is the legendary, but 1-2, make
Wow.
it 3, Shib. Absolute pure domination there, even with the best Meteor M for the defensive play. It's all the offense on Naga, looking all the more confident here on that early trade and battle. FlyQuest committing a lot as well.
Not only with a 3-piece, but 2 ultimates pulled that got no value. You can't get more value than that, folks. That is a huge ultimate there by Naga, who has been really loving Peter Quill. And here comes the engagement now from FlyQuest. Energy with that Kraken impact, seen some success in the past. Sparksheet does have the chance here to keep the team healthy in the back line, to hold on until Cooper can get that ult back. Same with Zelos, who's at 90%. As we begin now, here comes that dance of the butterfly from Jerky out of the back line. Good focus, and they do find 3 through it as the whole team is going to pressure in.
I only have
1
cooking
minute
right now.
on, Sparksheet likely going to reset or drop out, and yes, Rajaro going to find Vess. FlyQuest with even ults across the board in terms of against Navi, and Rajaro going to try to take this space to try to get an off map here with the right click.
Yeah, masterclass in ult tracking, right? They knew exactly to go ahead and pull the trigger on the Dance of the Butterflies because there's going to be nothing to stop it. A little bit of diamond kicks in there too, and it's all but over. Trust me, does have the seduction as well to try to keep energy at bay if they go in that way now. Cooper's Zealous, they got to lock in. They cannot double ult at the same time. We've seen that a couple times now. A little bit off of what FlyQuest usually does. Raj has that Meteor M once again. Will this one connect? Doesn't matter how many you get if the one that matters the most hits. Now as we see the seduction coming out from Trust Me, trying to land this thing, Shib, and it's going to be the full commit from Navi for another third defensive effort.
Yeah, and there was a couple ults there committed, but the side of FlyQuest dropped back. But this could be huge here from Rajaro, looking at Energy, who does get bubbled up. Really well done in patience again by Vess, but Rajaro still going to find Cooper, which is a huge pick here on their side as Navi's keeping this pressure forward. 8 seconds on, having to commit that ult. Naga very slowed in that boundary, still able to escape.
Naga's going to have a big ult here.
And here comes Naga heavy onto the front line now. A ton of damage out. Trust me, going to find Vess. There's a second pick onto Energy. That is 2. Make it 3 here shortly as they are dropping away. Will the portal come through to touch? It will
we're
not
going
at the
to a
moment,
1-1
and
chat.
that is going to be a
Wait,
W
did you see
here
that Marvel Rivals
for
will do
Navi.
more PvE stuff? Really?
Wow. Navi picked the map
tweet
and they
that?
said, yeah, call my name. Let's set those expectations early.
And also, we're tied 1-1.
Give them the advantage into what was the different of the strap bands.
We're tied 1-1 right now, chat. Okay, this is nice and all. We are still watching this game, but let's go see what's going on over here.
See Speedery, the lover of flyers, going over to that storm to break the chokehold that we're seeing Chopper Mag start off on the defense. We did see, of course, the symbiotic shenanigans skate by, but yeah, it looks like Window going, and Cal, yeah.
They read the Ultron. They put him onto Hela for the hip scan.
Really good adaptation already off the gates, too. I like that quick swap up in their scene. Chopper Mag actually, we're giving them some space by this choke, too. Look how back Chopper Mag's actually holding, while you currently see Skittles, once again, trying to play around by that side spawn gate before drifting back. But they have to be careful. You think you're safe up on the high ground. You think you're safe on this bridge, even though you got the Ultron right alongside you. The same thing with the rocket. Be careful with a damage-boosted Cal.
Not just that, but you can't really rush on top of the Hela because Window's onto the thing. So if Chopper Mag try and commit deep onto the backline, they're just going to be struck by the Yancey Street Charge.
Damn, Cal's aim is actually fucking insane right now. He's not missing. Holy shit.
Much anti-aerial priorities coming on through from the side of Envy. The ultimate from the rest of the team might be slow, but Hurricane is still going to be able to blow.
Oh, I don't know if that was a good ult, though. That's a question mark play. That's a question mark play.
2 up to dash so fast
Question mark.
around inside that Omega Hurricane. The invisible boundary. Zenz, he couldn't do anything. He literally got pushed in by the Invisible Woman month. Also going to be able to hang out by the back end because Skittles up on the high ground. He tries getting, he gets him at the very end, but the safety.
Ooh,
of the guy
Cal
is
saving his
to
teammate?
protect his fellow duelist as Cal does not stop.
Oh my goodness, Window uses the jump up tech against the Flyers to try and knock the Ultron down. And Chopperback, no, okay, this is up. The strategy is done. You can't run Flyers into the composition that Envy has adapted, and that is the danger of running a defensive composition into an offensive composition because the
Okay, sorry. That is our main game that we're watching, chat. So
That's why the draft system is so important. Perfect is hanging around on the wall. Now he's on the floor, on the objective, stalling it out for the rest of his team.
the new skin token is going to have more free choices, by the way. Yeah, that's crazy that Marvel Rivals is doing a really good job at, like, you know, giving free skins to people and, you know, having good game modes. And Marvel Rivals is doing good shit, chat.
Clip the one last swing that the Angel had left going for her here as the Omega Hurricane following up to get Bobo. It is Envy clearing Chopper Mag as they desperately try to put in the portal to recontest. Well, guess what? Nothing that comes from
yeah,
it.
hashtag ad, chat. Hashtag ad. Yeah, keep buying skins, chat. Keep buying skins. And make sure you sub to Jay3.
Here comes Perfect, though, going over to the Daredevil, looking for the dive opportunities alongside Bobo on the solo.
Okay, they're gone for 2 minutes. Okay, we can watch this.
They don't have a
I didn't know they were gone for 2 minutes.
And if they stack, it might not be enough to prevent all of the follow-up damage, especially if Fidel contributes that Cosmic Gun Amplifier. But for Chopper Mag, they need to win that fight, and Window might just take it first. Clobbering Time's going to be able to connect onto everybody.
Look where Pethic's positioning is. Well, Cal gets Skittles because being on that Daredevil, he can see where Speedery is and Month, but you don't really have to call out where Speedery is if he's going to harass her. It's clobbering time.
Cho is letting the devil out.
Lingers back. Have to see
Yo, Gen X Dad Gamer. Appreciate the massive 8 months. How you doing, my friend?
Cal, though, Cal has not been stopped once. This is the brutal retaliation of the damage output from a damage-boosted Hela.
Oh my goodness, Soul Drainer into Sedation follow-up from Nero to be able to find the damage onto Zensari before the Venom can make it out. And Chopper Mag, Zensari, the Venom is one of the heroes that you're relying on.
Marvel Rivals community is a little tough, a little rough though. I mean, is there going to be some bad apples? I think so, yes. But I think overall the community is not that bad. You know what's a really... No, I'm not going to rage bait people.
Cal is going to be playing a little bit above the sky, which means he's at least outside of Skittles' ultimate.
Yeah, y'all didn't see that, but unfortunately, they kind of pay for it here, too, because he can't clear out that space with the damage output that could come from the risk of being in the line of sight of that Goddess of Death.
This should be the swap. There should be a swap over to something like the Bucky I would expect to see coming up for her from Cal, but no, he's actually going to commit to this. I mean, this angle here for the Hela is actually really, really strong, and because they know he's still on the Hela, they can't actually commit in until Envy round the corner, which means the Window gets to clear the Daredevil first.
He was trying to be sneaky, too, by the wall, and he said no. And then he gets right back by the BRB. Nero keeps him alive. The anti-heal coming out from the Feast of the Abyss from Zensari, but unfortunately no follow-up from Chopper Mag. Pethic let the devil out. Everybody within the domain as Zens gets the tether, finds a double strategist, and Envy are dropping like flies, while Chopper Mag, they take control of another team fight.
There's the Winter Soldier. Winter is
okay, they haven't started yet, but yo, Envy. Time's running out, Envy. Time's running out. Y'all gotta. Oh, Cal's on the Bucky now. Ooh, that's a good choice though against two yeah.
The vulnerability applied to these dive components.
I think that's good.
From Chopper Max and making it a little bit harder for Zensari and Duep to hold their positions and on these vanguards and set up the spaces for both the Solok and the Daredevil to commit. There's Zensari with the commitment into the Yancy suit charge, into the vulnerability, but Chopper Mag, it was a bait. They made it look like the Venom was vulnerable and it was Envy that turned on instead. The butterfly sounds off and Envy find themselves rubbing the sleep out of their eyes and waking up in respawn.
Maybe get some coffee real quick. Maybe this is the wake-up call they needed. Moxie Duep with that freedom charge to be the MVP to help out Zens in the process. While Bobo, he had his way with the backline of Envy and the rest of this team. Now, as back to the drawing board, you're reaching nearly 80% on that Winter Soldier possible reset here. While he dives in, the Captain America from Duep wants to waste more time away from Envy with less than 20 seconds on the clock.
Great hook coming on from Cal, but he's just too squishy. Windows all the way in the backline, disrupting both of the strategies.
Okay, chat, the other game's about to start, but we can probably finish this round.
As Window is going to be able to put enough pressure to force the pure pivot coming up from Chopper Mag's team. However, without without the Angela there to absorb all of that pressure, Chopper might just go aggressively at the rest of the team, and that is an overtime push. Cal's got to use the Kraken impact, but even he knows he's not going to be able to hit the overtime in time.
Oh, I want to see the stats. Show me the stats. Show me the stats.
Considering that they try to make the swap over to the Doctor Strange a little too late, couldn't even portal into recontest. And as you mentioned, Window going pretty far. I see, we all see the vision, right? You want to harass and split up the
Show me the stats.
from the rocket play.
Oh, you right?
Show me the stats.
Go for the strategist, you go for the backline, you burn the rocket.
They're not showing the stats, chat. They're not showing the chats. Okay, well, we gotta go. We gotta move on, man. Thanks. Someone keep me updated on that game. But hey, this is the main one that we're watching. We're on our. This is map 3 of FLYQUEST and NAVI.
For those who don't know, maybe haven't been here much in the past, Trust Me does a great job leading the bans here for his team. There is communication across the board, but typically leads comms and bans with some help of teammates. But very much valuing that Emma, who has been locked a ton in this tournament, a very strong Vanguard that bullies frontline. And if you're going to be running triple, having a Vanguard that can bully the frontline is a huge win. Again, even more value here in locking out and making sure they remove Loki, which in this more dive-focused meta has been taking a huge bump in terms of where he's located in the meta.
Absolutely. I mean, they're sticking with what has worked there, and no damage boost for FlyQuest and those lanterns that cover the entire map. I swear, Shiv, you look at Captain America being banned again. Trust me, not going to get that hometown favorite. As we just pointed out, the Atom as well in return. This is a team that plays
a view botter.
So they continue to just go with what the game plan
You
has
jazzed
been.
that.
FlyQuest, you should expect
That's what it
that,
is.
though, and adjust here on the back end. The save going to what I would expect to be potential. You know, they could go a couple ways. The Hella is what I was hoping, though.
Yeah, they're going to lock out.
And
they got to get rid of Namor again. Yeah. See, and that's the tricky thing. And that's, again, just smart play by Navi. That's a comp that they run so successfully. Let's remove it right now. I have no doubt. Unless something, maybe they do a Vanguard, I guess, to help shut down the triple. But odds are it is going to be Namor here. And then back to maybe locking in a Vanguard for themselves.
Yeah,
yes, that is the case. So, again, a smart play. This team's banning very, very well.
It is, and honestly, I think maybe you can still rotate and have Vision go over to the Jet. The Psylocke save, though, why not with Jerky? And what he was able to do, again, the new addition to this squad is really showing up for the part with the ban now. They're gonna have the team up with Emma. The Jeff is going to be banned. Cannot allow Fate to continue to end the fate of FlyQuest in the form of the baby shark. Jerky showing Iron Fist. Don't think we'll see it, but a little tip of the cap maybe to Mulan Ron. But we might, because it is the offense. A couple approaches, right? The Moon Knight. There's a few things you can roll out here.
Yeah, the blade's there. I'm not sure we'll see it, but, if you are going to combo with anything, it would be that Groot hug, you like to call it right there with that strangling prison, because that anti can be, that reduction in healing can be a huge detriment in helping.
Wait, we were just on this map.
Mantis Assault, because Mantis can still be CC'd in that ultimate, so you actually can be stuck there, and then when you have that reduction in healing, you are in trouble. But, I don't know if it'll happen, but it is something to call out.
Absolutely. Chat, viewers, you're watching it right now. Drop it in. What one seed is going to win? We've got FlyQuest versus Navi here.
You know what? I'm putting all my money. Let's see. Oh, the submission is closed. Wait.
This one is electric.
Wait, how do I see details? Voting started 7 minutes ago, waiting for result. Wait. Ah, shit! I fucking missed the prediction. Damn it!
Star-Lord play here is so good, right? And maybe, just maybe, they had the Hella save just to force the Namor, and then they continue on that Star-Lord, instead.
Exactly, and that's another smart play by Fly. I think that was exactly what they were looking to do there. There's no other option but to get rid of Namor, so allowing them to play something they want to consistently play here as we start once more. Change up right off that blade quickly. Well, the Squirrel Girl here from Naga, which does a good job shutting down triple, but in this moment, there is no triple. It's more traditional, actually, with this 3 triple strategist as we see a switch in comp.
I was going to say first in the tournament there. I was like, okay, we got the SQ coming out. Naga doesn't know what he wants to play right now, buddy.
Another swap there to the Bucky, who is just
I think Vision is going to need to fucking strap it in and strap it on and lock in, chat, because his Jeff last game, I'm sorry to say, he's a good guy. He's a great player, but it wasn't looking good last game.
A lot of the time using that spin to win over the back line. Sparcheek falls though from Jerky, and you gotta say, this Psylocke has looked so good, it may have been worth removing.
Yeah, Jerky there with the quick finish. If you're Spark Chief, you got to identify that they have everything to stop you in your tracks there, and you can't get that early pick now. Now that forces FlyQuest to completely rotate back and give so much space to Navi on a point, that they both have Strange, they have access to the portal. Jerky finding himself at 1 HP twice. Wow, lives through it. Absolutely insanity. And able to get the 1-2 quick
I need one win to hit Celestial 3, but I'm scared to press game. Fucking send it, bro! If you're scared, and you'll always be scared, you're never going to fucking rank up. Send it!
Gonna find another on a vest now. now, and it's matched right back by Cooper on the back line. Not sure how I feel. I guess they are just going to try to fall on point here to bide more time.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Sure
Was sitting in the dentist chair watching this while I waited for an old filling to be repaired. Hey, tell the dentist
Again, both these teams punch their ticket through, but it's all about
to
pride
come to
here
twitch.tv/J3 and sub.
Pretty confidently. They're going to be able to push, though, and at least sustain this thing forward, Vision. Best Energy and Zelos locked and loaded here, but plenty of response there from Trust Me, who's going to go ahead and use this. Oh, defensively doesn't even want to use the Meteor Imp. Trust the full rotation and the respect there from his team. Lockstep and communication. Energy just trying to find something from it. Wow, what patience from the team.
Yeah, I mean, really good.
You
move there.
jazzed
Trust me,
those
you're gonna
as
find
well
Cooper
with the massive
early on
gift,
here with the meteor
tier
ram,
one
and there
sub.
goes that
Appreciate it,
boundary,
appreciate it.
and that meteor lands from Vess onto Jerkies, and you're not the only one that can throw the rocks here, as Sparkcheap gonna engage here with the Feast of the Abyss very shortly. The combination, using those tentacles first to do even more damage, essentially count to 2 to land at the same time as Energy. Now
he
finds
still
Naga,
fucking died
and
in
that
the
is
air.
another good trade for Fly, who are coming back with a vengeance. Level 1 Crook in a dangerous spot. Out goes that Crystal, burning 25% of the HP of the max HP of anyone you do pull that from, for those who maybe didn't know that. And again, good retake by Fly.
Yeah, we had
I need to play that RV
basket.
game
The big one
again.
being on Jerky there. He had the ult up and ready, so it was a good job to get him out of that fight. Was about to go into the backline too, so he's able to clean that out just in time. So that was a huge one from Vest, but I love Trust Me's patience, able to at least punish a little bit after that ult, but now it's going to be a good retake. I mean, this was bigger than it looks. Minute 19 seconds left, man, and they had the whole recharge on the ult. Looking at it, Vision going to go ahead and just try to separate the team here as he finds himself a huge lunch. Looking at the stack up, nothing to respond to it.
Oh, there you go,
including
Vision.
Crook, who's got himself the ult, and he's going to take them all the way away.
There we go,
As he's now just
Vision.
trying to find a nice little hotel suite for them.
Yeah, and this is a 4 stagger. This is a really good plays. The
Wow.
neutral pick from both. And
There
again,
we go.
We saw that early pick there from Vest. It was matched right back. A huge jet ball coming in. FlyQuest still holding on to 2 ultimates. Even through that, again, Navi maybe playing a little bit right now, nervous at the moment. Looked so good off the start, but FlyQuest came back with a vengeance, taking that point and really making some big plays. Energy holding on here with the Galactic Legend. Cooper does have an answer, and Vest as well to try to counter potentially Naga or make a big play on a Jerky if available once more.
There's Energy throwing what he does best. The Galactic Legend is going against the show of Crook, keeping them up alive. Cooper also going to undefeated pull the entire Soul Resurgence of this team and giving them a surge towards victory now as the sword is out and Jerky's looking for what they've done so good now. Trust me, trying to follow up as well. We have no connections. Ults are flying, Qs are pressed, but no limbs in the grave so far now as Vest pushes forward, has that Meteor Imp as well. Disappear up. This is going to be that moment.
Oh.
Fate. Oh,
That was a huge, that was a huge feast right there on a level 1 Crook in the back line who was trying to stay healthy, but the dive is just too much. Vest lands, but it does not find enough value. Yes, it does, as Energy cleans up Naga there, and everyone is falling now as OT ticks down. That's another pick here for Vest, looking towards the back line. Trust me, in a dangerous spot as Sparkcheap cleans it up. Cooper
wow,
on the
what a
bait,
fucking
and the
full
OT
hold.
is ticking down.
Wow.
This could be it here for Navi on this push, and it is.
Uh-oh,
An
FlyQuest with a
absolute
fucking
performance.
insane hold.
What a way to just stop the absolute threat that is Navi for a team.
What a fucking crazy hold. Okay, chat, I just want to see what the update is with this game.
Yep.
From Jeff, Skittles carries them out of their spawn and off of the back of that. No one from
This is going to a match 3 too.
Take Midtown, and we go to a third match.
Okay, this is really good. This is really good. This is going to a match 3, but let's finish this match first. They full held, so hopefully by the time this game
Intense. Now
finishes,
it's
we can
all
watch
about
the last
attack
match
here
of the
from
next
FlyQuest.
one.
Navi, a team that is incredibly smart. Can they do this right back at them, but hold them a little bit tighter? Again, this is a map that is known for spawn holding, or not necessarily spawn holding, but point 1 holding, and they did push this point very far, so it does enable a few fights guaranteed for them. It's just a matter of can Fly clutch up, but they have been known for doing that.
Absolutely, here is just pure. I wish you guys.
Do you
could
think
feel the
Navi?
energy
You think
here,
Navi's
man.
gonna
You can experience
reverse full
yourself
hold?
Shortly. Again, this is one stream we have going on over here. It's a 1-1 FlyQuest Navi. The other side, y'all, is
This is crazy.
Envy versus Chopper Mag. Winner gonna be going on most likely from that. I think now Envy has.
Toxic. Appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend.
What they have going over there, both streams, just pure entertainment. But right now, it's the final fight. It's Navi ready to go on the defensive front. And hey, you know, Vision gonna flex the scroll for 5 seconds as well, and maybe they roll it out. Energy's been deadly on this Conchi.
Oh yeah, no, this is a really good choice for Energy against these compositions. We've seen it a lot in the past, but looking like not going to actually run at the moment. But you know, definitely an option. They definitely discussed it, likely, as they do start up here now once more with the exact same comp.
Lefty, appreciate the massive gift sub, my friend.
Come
on.
is going to be now back on that Warlock, which they have.
I don't know who to cheer for,
There will be
chat,
no
but
copy for the double res. Instead, Fate.
This is
going
gonna
to
be a good
cloak,
game.
which we've seen
Can
a lot from
FlyQuest
Fate in
cap?
this tournament, really
Or
loves
can
that damage
Navi
from the
reverse
Terror
full
Cloak.
gold. Who
And again,
knows?
some teams like to be on offense first, others defense. We saw that
It's
with
exclamation mark
Navi, what they
tournament,
did
not
there,
exclamation
and
mark
this time
bracket.
around, when you know where you have to go and it's only this far, you can play your ults differently, right, Ship?
Yeah,
As we take a look here, as Energy's climbing up and ready, Spark Chief at 50 as well. Jerky's gonna have to get a lot of free little hits there, but it's not gonna find success early, as now it's gonna be Vision get the quick pick. Jerky could be having to swap over to the Doctor Strange. No, it's gonna be probably Trust Me in that role instead. Holy, Spark Chief finding the whole lunch.
Yeah, that was a huge play from Spark, heavily distracting the back line, looking for
Navi.
another. Vest gonna clean up Naga, another
Navi.
fall here from Fate, and this is a huge take here from FlyQuest and Momentum, trying to hold them at the door now. They may not be able to get the portal through. Yes, they are, as the portal is starting here from Rajaro, as it will fight right near exactly where they're looking for this ambulance. But again, that was a fast take, really well played by Spark Chief onto the back line, coming in, finding 2 after that is a huge play, and here goes the next fight now. Spark Chief available with the Feast of the Abyss goes down. Energy gonna find Naga.
Why are they
A huge
rotating the
eat there
camera?
of the
Why are they
Feast,
rotating the
and
camera?
out comes
What
a
is?
huge
Why
bond,
did they
and
go
this is
inside
gonna
the
keep
building?
the team healthy for the moment, as Naga is building towards that ult, trying to res on top, but not enough percentage just yet, as Jeff is gonna find that pick, and that could be huge back in here. The team just trying to focus up, ensure that it's not on the bond, and try to take that 1v1 as it matched again with the dance floor up in the sky. And here comes a huge throw, but it does not land this time. And once again, another ult here from Trust Me, trying to make them walk and trance with the Psionic Seduction, kicked into a wall on the back line, matched right back once more by Jerky with the Galactic Legend. But everybody is just trading and positioning as Spark Chief gets the first pick, make it now matched right back by Jerky onto Zelos, onto the strat line.
Yeah, now Naga's going to have potentially the chance to come back here. Great job from them being and having patience over and over in the sustainability, but time is ticking, folks. There's no meters to give, my friends, as Jerky now continuing to flip, dodge, and dip there. As Peter Quill now, the Augmentor opens up, lands down, Raj tries to find success.
Oh, saved his teammate. Wow.
Success of Fly now trying to get and move on, but everyone's coming back into this fight. Minute and 40 Shib on the clock. The ults are
Yeah, this
reset,
might look like a
ready to
GG's for Navi, though. Uh-oh.
For this legendary, Fate's gonna have to match it, but no, my Spark Chief.
Spark Chief finds one there onto the back line, frozen immediately low. Down goes the E cooldown. Zelo's gonna find Trust Me. Vest now out of Rajaro, and that's gonna do it. FlyQuest take home the first seed out of this bracket.
They are flying high into the
FlyQuest
grand finals knockout stage.
took
Shib,
out
and we found
Navi.
ourselves the 1 seed. FlyQuest, Navi lived every bit up to it. If Wakanda was the hometown advantage for Navi, well, my friend, it's gonna be New York there for FlyQuest. How
I
big
think,
for the Americans?
okay, I know 100 Thieves won NA, but I think FlyQuest might be like the best NA team. They are a little streaky though. When they fucking perform, they perform. But when they're not performing, they're like,
They're valuing Emma a ton on Navi, and it's been successful, especially on map 2 there. But wow.
damn, 15-3, 23-1, 25-1. Jesus. Okay, let's go see this game, chat. Okay, the next game on this side is going to be Citadel against OUG.